Okay, welcome to Ragic Office Hour. Let's get started on the questions. First question, would it be possible for a personal filter to generate an automated email? Currently, only a shared filter can generate an automated email once the can generate an automated email once the filter is updated with a new entry. Our company have multiple users that each has different client account and have their own filters with their own specific parameters as their client's rules are all different, so no single set of rules would apply. We also cannot have all their personal filters as shared filters, as this makes it very difficult for the other teams to find their own applicable filters. I think personal filter as a I think you're referring to like this type of notify me function, notify me function. So the notify me function is only provided for shared filters and currently not for personal filters. And yeah, I do think technically it's possible to do these kind of personal filters. Technically it's a bit more work than having shared filters do notify me, but it's definitely possible. So thank you for your suggestion, and I will talk to our development team on this. So it makes sense that to have personal filters send out the notifications. I think it makes sense. Okay, but even though we'll put it on our future task and to develop features, so it will still take time to develop, and it's gonna also based on how difficult this is or how big a change it is to our current filter notify system. Next question, can listing pages to be personalized to user account? Okay. We have had multiple of our full account users request different fields to be added to the listing page as their client accounts have different requirements. Currently we have to load a lot more fields to listing page than what is desired just to accommodate as many of the users as possible. Okay, well as of right now, you probably will need to do that with multiple versions of the sheet. But I do understand that for some people who doesn't want to have that many versions of the same sheet, but as of now, for under the current structure, you will need to create multiple versions of the sheet to have different people see different set of fields there. We are in the process of seeing if we can have different more fine-grained control for access right to individual fields, so that you don't have to create so many different versions if you only have only small changes between different users of the same sheet. So we are in the process of developing this type of feature. And I do believe that if we can have a fine-grained field level access right control, and I do think it's kind of like will satisfy your requirement for customized listing pages for different user accounts. We'll need to create multiple versions of the sheet to allow different users to see different set of fields on the listing page or form page. We are in the process of adding fine-grained access right control to individual fields. Help systems has lots of versions of the same sheet because lots of versions of the same sheet with very little difference. All right, so yeah, let me know how your thoughts are on our fine-grained access control on individual fields. I think this will help out with quite a bit of current problems that can only be solved by multiple versions and can kind of reduce the number of multiple versions that you will need in your system. I think it will be, kind of a good help. Okay, next question. Logged in user for conditional formatting. So is it a hard task to develop such a rule for logged in user for conditional formatting? Okay, so it's called duplicated to hide a couple fields for certain users. You do not have to make an extra copy of the sheet anymore. Logged in user. This is sort of asking the same. This kind of corresponds to the same feature that I was talking about. If you're able to configure field level access right setting, then I think this would make this problem go away, and you don't need to create those extra copies of the same sheet anymore. And I think what Enten is proposing is that there's an easier way to do this, like if you can add logged in user in the conditional formatting. Let me think. If we can use logged in user or login user group in formatting. Yeah, I do think that kind of achieves the same thing. Like to deciding if we should show or hide certain fields. Yeah, I think this is kind of the same thing. And we haven't decided on the exact way to implement this, but through conditional formatting could be a good way. And if we want to support it through conditional formatting, and adding logged in user as a condition would be a good idea. All right. Well, the bottom line is that we will be implementing some field level access right management so that you could do this kind of thing. So it might be through conditional formatting with logged in user, or it might be a whole new mechanism. But we are planning on tackling this problem so that you don't have to manage so many different multiple versions. We will be adding support for field level access right control. If it will be done through conditional formatting is not certain. Yep. We will surely be working on this to reduce the trouble for managing All right. Thank you. Okay, so that's it for the questions for today, and thank you for joining in on the Ragic office hour. If you have any other questions, feel free to use the office hour question sheet, and I will talk to you in 2 weeks to answer your questions. Thank you. Goodbye.